trusted source. It was a website sponsored by what was then OLEV, but which individual companies also supported. And that was a really useful source of trusted information. However, that kind of thing wouldn't work anymore because there are so many different companies out there, both on the car side and on the charge point side and on the energy side, that it would just become too unwieldy. So I sort of think it's not just for government anymore. I think there's more that industry as a whole collectively can do. And my biggest concern is that everyone in the sector still talks to themselves. So, it's breaking out of the sort of, I think I sort of called it the EV echo box, that
It is.
when we hold events, you rarely get anybody who's not in the EV sector turning up, and it's the same. I mean, to be honest, it's the same across the transport world. It's the same faces who come out again and again and again. And I think it's how do we break out of that? So how do we get journalists to pay more attention to us when they're writing their articles, and as you say, sort of not focus so much on the clickbait? How do we get government to perhaps coordinate and think about the messages that need to go out, and how can they play a stronger role? And that's certainly something we will be talking to government about. But I do know they're already kind of thinking about that, but it's how can they be really effective? So, how can government's messages go out and how can they get picked up? And then I think that kind of the consumer word of mouth, I think that's still one of the most powerful, things. So when I was in government, we put together and introduced the green licence plate, and that has been, I think, one of the